Hi, welcome. Today I want to show you how I make and measure avatars that I use as an intimate apparel designer. So for this, I'm going to show you how to use measure metrics in Daz3D. I'll show you how to measure your avatars and then bring them into Clo so that you can get more accurate patterns. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trudy. I'm an intimate apparel designer specializing in using Clo3D. And if you're interested in learning how to use Clo3D specifically for making intimate apparel, I have a course. It's called Clo3D Foundations for Intimate Apparel. You should definitely check it out. It will be in the link below. So let's get into today's video. Okay, to get started, you are going to need Daz Studio. So just go to the website and download Daz Studio and make sure you download the install manager as well. And then to measure your avatar, you are also going to need measure metrics, which looks like this. It costs $50. It often goes on sale, so you can keep your eye out for it, but that's what you're going to need to measure your avatar. All of the links will be in the info box below. Next, you're going to open your install manager. And if you have a bunch of things showing up in your ready to download, just do a search for measure metrics. And make sure you have that downloaded. And do a search for figure metrics as well and make sure that those are downloaded. And then you can check your installed tab to make sure that everything is there. There's one more thing you have to do before you can use the tool. You have to go to the Daz website, log into your account, and then under My Account, you'll find this tab where it says Serial Numbers. Open that, and you'll find the serial number for your measure metrics tool. So go ahead and copy that and save it to your clipboard. And then you can open Daz, go to Help, and then About Installed Plugins. And then find where it says Measure Metrics. Click into the text field to the right of that and you will be able to paste your serial number. And then select OK. And then you'll have to restart Daz Studio. And once you're back in Daz, you want to go to Window, Panes, and find Measure Metrics. Select that. And it will come out as a pop-out box that looks like this. I like to dock it. And so from here, you can see that you can change your units of measure. So now I'll load a figure into my scene. I'll use Gen 8.1 Basic Female. So I find the easiest way to use measure metrics is to use the figure metrics add-on. So find your way to Utilities and then Measure Metrics. And then from here, you'll see there's a few wearables that you can apply. I like to use the regular one, not the basic. The basic just gives you less measurements, but the regular one gives you more measurements to work with. So make sure that you have your character selected in the Scene tab. Then double click on the wearable to apply it. Now, if you go back into your Measure Metrics tab, you can see that you have all of these measurements applied to the avatar. Now, from here, you can see that they are nicely organized and labeled. So right here, it says below knee circumference, and it's measuring right there below her knee. Now, I find these are too many, so I turn off most of them. So I'm just going to turn them all off right now by clicking on the little eyeball. And I'm also going to change her to smooth shaded. Now let's bring back her height. Let's bring back her waist circumference, her bust circumference, her under bust circumference, her waist circumference, and let's bring her low hip in as well. Because these are usually the measurements you need when you're creating a garment. So all of the measurements are still available in your Measure Metrics tab, but I like to keep these ones available in the scene so I can actually click on them and see exactly where they're measuring. Now we know the measurements of this avatar. So her height, 179 centimeters. If you want to change to a different unit of measure, you can do so up here. I know her waist is 69. When I click on the measure metric, you can see it highlights in the window exactly where is being measured on the body. So that's really cool. Now from here, if I want to modify the avatar, I'll select the avatar in the scene tab, and then I'll select the shaping tab below it. And you can see now I have these sliders available to me where I can start adjusting the shape of the body. I have more available than that come default in Daz because I have this plugin, the Body Morphs plugin that I've applied in Daz. So now you'll notice when I adjust any of these sliders, all of the measurements are being adjusted to reflect the new size that I'm making. Now, if I want to get more specific with how I adjust the avatar, I will select a certain part of her body. For example, I'll select the breast, and from here I have more sliders available. These are part of the Body Morphs plugin. And so now I can select, for example, making her breast in more of a natural shape. So if I wanted to make her whole bust bigger, I would change this bust circumference slider down here. And this mostly just changes her breast, not her full bust circumference. But you can see the bust circumference is changing over here in the Measure Metrics tab. Now this purple highlighted area is actually what is being measured. So it looks like it's actually being measured a little bit too high right now. So to change that, I'll grab the little gizmo and I will shift it down slightly so it's getting a more accurate measurement across the center of her bust. Now, if you go too far with this and go outside of that purple highlighted area, it won't be measuring accurately anymore. And you can add your own custom measurements with the Measure Metrics tool, but I'm going to have to save that for another video because I think this one will have enough information in it to get you started. So for now, you just have to make sure that your tape stays within this defined purple area to make sure you're getting an accurate measurement. So once you're happy with the way she looks and the measurements that she has, you can export her. She's gonna go File, Export. You want to export her an FBX file and give her a name and remember where you put her. And then these are the settings that I'll use. Select Accept. Then you can open Clo, File, Import, FBX. And then these are the settings I use to import her. Select OK. And you have your Daz character now in Clo. She's rigged, so you can change her pose if you need to, although you don't have symmetrical change, although you aren't able to change it symmetrically. It looks like I brought in some animation information here. So if you get this pop-up, just select yes. You can delete the animation information and you can modify her pose. You can also measure her with any of the regular measuring tools that you use in Clo. You can also view her with a textured surface. And then if you want to be able to modify her shape further in Clo, you could always use the auto convert to avatar function, which I made a video about, and I will link that also in the comments below. So as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this was useful, and I'll catch you next time.